What's going on, YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and it's another week has gone by. I've only got one game of Warhammer in, or excuse me, 9th Age. I didn't say the W word, it was a mistake. Anyways, so I got another game of 9th Age in, and to be honest, I think I'm going to just start waiting for 1.3. I think that's the bottom line. I know it's supposed to be coming out like sometime really soon. And I think most of the people that we've been playing with, there's been some spark coming back in. I know Judson played a game this weekend with Red and maybe Jeremy, I don't know. But anyways, so I'm just like hoping that you know, once 1.3 rolls around, they'll fix some of the things that are drawing people away from it, and it'll get right back into get back into 9th Age action. Anyways. So I got a game against my brother. My brother came out and he's like, "Dude, we gotta get good again because we're going to Spain." And I'm like, "I know we're going to Spain. We gotta get some games in." He's like, "Yep, let's do it." So we're gonna go ahead and try to practice out some of these games on 1.2. And I was just trying to get him back into it because if you guys don't remember, the last time my brother actually played a game of 9th Age was in Michigan GT. And you can look back in my videos. Michigan GT was like back in October, I think, and that's because right after Michigan GT he got extremely ill, and he had a bunch of health problems, and he's been in the hospital for a good chunk of time. And so getting him on a game was awesome. I had a big conversation with him on the phone. Guys, this is the second ambulance since I started. Once I started the video, there was one ambulance, now there's another one. So I'm going to let that go by real quick. Anyways, so he hasn't really been playing at all. So we had a big conversation on the phone about like what he should be putting in his army and what's what. So we're going to go over that really quick, and we're going to go over what I have in my army as well. So let's just do that right now, and let me just stop my rambling. So right here I got my goblin horde. I got 30 cave goblins with nets and bows and madgets. I have a unit of 6 Nasher Dashers. Over here I got King Koopa. King Koopa is missing his leg on Peggy, so it's he's no longer a 1-up 4-up. He's now a 2-up 4-up with a higher toughness. He only has regen, no flame resistance, and he has the obsidian sword and poison. Over here got 30 Feral Orc Edvashers with spears and the big Stabadon and the BSB. And then over here I got my 6 Boar Boys of the Boarpocalypse. They turn off any magical items that they're touching. Right here I got my 6 Cave Trolls. I got 2 Giants. Check that one out. The one on the right now, his name is the Chia Pet, just because of the way his paint job is. He looks like a goddamn Chia Pet. Chia. On the left, that's the Shadow Behemoth, which was the MVP in the last game. Over here I got my Gargantula, the Chicken Rock, and then over here I got the Mangler Squig, the Wrecking Team. I got General Zod, and Zod is rocking the Dragon Rammer. Yeah, that's about it for my army. Over here for my brother's army, he has a unit of Tusker Cavalry here on the right. They have the War Banner. He has a Stratapult. Over here he has another unit of Tuskers, even though I'm going to be 100% honest with you, he forgot the extra model. He has the models. He has a shit ton of Tuskers at home, but he forgot the model, so he put the Hunter there as the other Tusker. So, whatever. He has the 2 Saber Tusks, Ham and Bacon, and then in the background you can see he has a unit of is that a small unit of Bruisers or Tribesmen? I don't know. Tribesmen, maybe. He has a unit of Lead Belchers, a block of Nobblers with bows. Then he has a unit. Oh, here's a better picture. He has the big block of Tribesmen on the right, and then in the back he has his mercenary veterans. He has a bunch of them. Here's a better picture of them. He has his general and his BSB inside that unit, as well as a bunch of mercs. I think they have the flaming banner. And he took a lot of fire, so he took a level 4 of fire, pyromancy, excuse me. Oh, and then he has these fucking bastards over here, the Yetis. Now, the Yetis do intimidate me quite a bit, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. They intimidate me because they lower my initiative. And now, granted, he doesn't have that fast initiative to begin with, but the fact that he can make me swing last when he's getting that many attacks makes it even more of a threat. Now, we go ahead and we're deploying, and we're not all deployed in this picture here, but I think I deployed first, and what I ended up doing was I pounded the monsters inside that little gap between the building and the rocks. Now, this was a mistake. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. Like, I should have put the monsters where the goblins are, having them like go up with the savages. And I'm going to put a disclaimer right now. I'm going to put it in the text right below. This is not my best game. I know I made a lot of mistakes in this game. But anyways, I put him over there just because I figured they could get flanks coming up later on. He has no cannon, so I don't have to worry about a cannon shot. Excuse me. I mean, I put shit everywhere that it shouldn't be. I put the freaking I put the mangler all the way on the left, and the reason I did that was just trying to avoid the pigs. And he put one pig all the way on the right, he put the other pig all the way on the left, and then I was avoiding just like getting hit by like a nobbler unit or something like that. So something cheap that would cost less than the mangler itself. But yeah, keeping the trolls next to the savages keeping the next or the BSB and the general and all that. So it wasn't a bad start, but the positioning right off the bat was kind of bad, as you can see. Anyways, he ends up finishing up his deployment, and what he does is he puts his fucking Yetis in the trees, and that actually starts to intimidate my monsters, because now he's going to be faster than any of my monsters, and these are a shit ton of strength 5 hits on monsters that are T5 and T6. So I was just like, god damn, that actually kind of sucks. I'm not too worried about his lead belchers or anything else really. And not only that, the other thing that's blocking up my right side is those Tuskers that are all the way up there on the top right corner, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Anyways, this is how the left side of the table looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and take turn 1, right? He does have Vanguard, and he just realized he has Vanguard, so he moves up his Yetis like so, and I'm like, son of a bitch. And I end up spending my whole turn doing this weird fucking like Jenga type thing where I put the monsters like this. Now he can't charge the Shadow Behemoth because he doesn't technically have line of sight, and if he does have line of sight, he doesn't have an ability to go into the flank of my Shadow Behemoth. But the Chia Pet and the Chicken Rock are just facing forward. Now if you notice right now, my army has moved up pretty fast on the left side, and this is another mistake I made, which is I put the savages up on the hill. I should have just left them behind the hill. He wouldn't have a good clean shot with his lead belchers. But I really wasn't thinking. I was thinking about just rushing forward and trying to get as much killing as possible. I moved up the Nash Dashers on the right side, and then over here on the left side I walked the Boar Boys inside the freaking terrain, and I moved Koopa up as much as I can without getting charged by his fucking Tuskers. And then I kind of like had the Mangler go. The Mangler had to go first, but I put it at an angle so he couldn't just walk into it with a pig or anything like that. So that's how it looks. Shooting phase, I'm going to shoot these goblins. Now guys, if you guys don't know, if you didn't watch my last video, I don't have any magic phase because there's no point in me taking magic when it's going to limit me on how many points I have in heroes and characters. And not only that, but it's just so many points to invest into a magic user when it's just, excuse me, had a yawn. It's so many points to put in a magic user when you're gonna miscast and blow up half your fucking army. Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot these guys into the freaking Yetis because there was nothing really I could shoot in range. So I just shot the Yetis, did 1 wound. Over here I'm gonna shoot the web launcher, and it ends up hitting the Yetis. Doesn't do a wound, but does get them into the fact that they're gonna take dangerous terrains if they charge in. And that's about it. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Brogre Khans, turn 1. Brogre Khans, turn 1. So he moves up his tribesmen like so. He doesn't move the Yetis at all because he doesn't want to take the DTs. And he moves up his Tuskers behind them. Over on this side, he starts to move the pig towards the Mangler. And I don't know what his strategy here was. I think he was just trying to reach it, but he realized he couldn't. But he still puts it right in the way of the Boar Boys and Koopa. And I was just kind of like, I could kind of just avoid that fucking pig. Anyways, he doesn't move much else besides that, so then he's gonna go to magic. Magic, he gets 7 power dice. He goes ahead and he fucking gives these guys, I think, like flaming shots or flaming arrows, or I think it was flaming swords. I want to say it was flaming swords. Yeah, I think that's all he really did. I don't think he tried to do something else, and I stopped it. For the most part, he tried to do a fireball, a big fireball. I stopped it. Then he goes ahead and he does the flaming swords on these guys. Gets it off. He's gonna shoot these guys into my savages, and he ends up doing 4 fucking wounds. Holy shit. Not only that, but he's gonna shoot his Scratapult into them, and it does another 2 wounds. And then he shoots, because it did only a half shot. It missed the first round. It got into the second on the redirect. Then he goes ahead and he shoots these guys into my fucking savages, and he kills off fucking 2, 4, 6 more, 5 more. 5 more. Holy shit. Now, if you guys notice, he's already took out 5, 6, 7, 11 of 30, so I only have like 19 guys left. That's horrible. That's horseshit. Oh my god, that's brutal. Now, I do have a 5 award banner against shooting in this unit, but man, it didn't really fucking matter. He killed so many in the first round of shooting, and it was just like Nobblers and Lead Belchers shooting at me. That was just brutal. Oh my god. Anyways, over here, I think that was it. It's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Yeah, I think it's my turn. So, Orcs and Goblins turn 2. I'm going to charge the Chia Pet into his fucking tribesmen, hoping that they failed the terror check. They did not. I failed my charge. I didn't even need that far of a fucking charge, and I failed that. Over here on this side, Koopa charges into the pig, and then that's how it looks. I didn't really charge anybody else in. I tried to move the Mangler up. I figured the Mangler is going to cause a bigger threat. If he wants to shoot my savages again, he can, but the Mangler is going to basically run through his units. I move Zod up, I move the Trolls up, and I'm just kind of like, I have to deal with it. Now, this is the part where I really fail at, because I should have moved my monsters up. I should have just fucking moved up, because my savages need help now. My savages are in a bad situation because they're going up alone, basically. They are going with Zod, the Mangler, and the Trolls, but my power was in those 3 monsters that are being held back by fucking Tuskers and Yetis. Over on this side, the Boar Boys really couldn't move up, because if I did, the Tuskers are going to charge into me, and I couldn't really give up much of a flank by the Trolls by those Tuskers that are off on the flank. So, shooting phase, I'm going to shoot the web back into these guys, gets them again. I think I do 2 wounds or so. Yeah, I did 2 wounds, and he got web launched again. Over here, close combat, I only do 1 fucking wound onto the pig. The pig fails to wound Koopa, and the pig runs away. I don't chase. I basically just turn this way to face his Tuskers. Over here, what the fuck was this? Oh, I charged his other pig with these guys. He ended up killing one. I ended up killing the pig. And then I face him this way, and that's about it. That was my whole turn. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Ogre Khans turn 2. Ogre Khans turn 2. He's charging in with his Tuskers into Koopa. I could have fled, but I decided not to. I decided to take it like a champ and just hold still. So he gets in. Magic phase, he got 6 power dice. He goes ahead and he tries to do flaming swords or some shit. I don't remember what it was, but basically couldn't have happened. So I dispel it with my dispel scroll. So, or Crown of Scorn, that little bronze plate on the orc's head. Anyways, so shooting phase, he's gonna shoot these fucking guys into my savages, and I finally make some fucking ward saves. God damn, thank God. Over here, shoots the Scratapults into the savages, and look at that. Holy shit, he got 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds on my savages. That's just insane, man. I only got like 13 savages left. Technically 12 savages left and 1 BSB. That's just brutal, man. He just fucking destroyed my savages. Wow. Shooting phase, these guys are going to continue shooting. They shoot at my fucking Mangler and they blow him up. Oh, God. This is just brutal. And then, close combat over here. Koopa ends up doing 2 wounds onto the freaking, onto the Tusker. He goes ahead and he swings. He did impact hits, swings, and everything, and he failed to wound Koopa. So he has a charge, a banner, and I have 2 wounds. It's a tie, and we're going to stick there, and it's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. I'm going to charge my Squigs into the flank of his Yetis. I think that's what I did, because he didn't realize I could fly, so I'm going to fly over all that shit, go into his flank of his Yetis, which was kind of a mistake in the long run. I charged the Chia Pet into his tribesmen. They fail their terror. They run right in front of his Tuskers, which is awesome. That actually is great, because now it allows me to move out of that hole without worrying about getting charged by Tuskers with impact hits. So I redirect into his Yetis. I think I don't charge the Chicken Rock in, but I do charge the Shadow Behemoth in. I think I charge the Shadow Behemoth into his Yetis. The Shadow Behemoth goes in alone. He goes in alone. The fucking Chia Pet fails the charge. Chicken Rock moves up. And that's kind of how it looks on this side. Over here, I charged the Savages into his tribesmen. And, it was kind of a suicide move, but there's not much I could have done. But I charged the Trolls into his Lead Belchers. He goes ahead and he stands and shoots. And he does only 1 wound onto them. And then over here, I don't know. Oh, I couldn't charge the Boar Boys in because I didn't leave myself the proper angle to do so. I could have just reformed with Koopa and got it in, but Shooting phase, I'm going to shoot the fucking man-eaters with the web launcher. I think I might have done a wound or not. Over here, close combat, I kill one of the fucking Tuskers, and we're going to stick there. And then over here, close combat. He's initiative 2, but he gets one more because of Iron Fist, and he just goes first and wipes out the rest of my savages. The savages are fucking useless at 30. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Yes, I played them wrong. Yes, I played them very dumb, where I didn't protect them. They got shot up on the first round. But Jesus fucking Christ, man. I have 2 fucking savages left by the time I got in. It was a fucking horde of savages. They're supposed to not fucking be tactical. They're supposed to be running ahead and just attacking. But damn, I only have 2 left by the time I get to his tribesmen. 2. I go ahead and swing. I think I do, and I think I actually killed one tribesman, but his stomps kill him. My BSB runs. He chases, and he ends up in this angle like so. Son of a bitch. Now it's going to be his turn next, so this is very bad for me, which actually changes the kind of the gameplay that happens here. So what I do is I go ahead and I do the combat with the trolls. Trolls beat the shit out of the belchers. They just beat the shit out of the lead belchers. Did like 6 wounds. Lead belchers failed to do any wounds back. He's gonna run. I don't chase. I reform and I turn this way for the next charge. Okay. Now he doesn't have enough room to clear to get into Zod, or maybe he does. I think it's just the way the camera's playing a trick with the hill. But basically, he has no room to wheel into Zod with the way the hill is, and the trolls and his guys are in the way, so he can't do it because he's so wide. But he could definitely go straight ahead and get right into the trolls, which is kind of like a shitty thing for me. But he is blocking his mercenaries in, which is kind of interesting. Over here, oh, I think I failed the charge. Excuse me. I didn't charge in with this guy. I just walked them up in front of the Yetis because I figured I can't hide behind the buildings anymore. I need to get everybody in combat. So he charges. It's his turn. Brogre Khans turn 3. He's charging the Shadow Behemoth with his Yetis. I'm just like, fuck it. He charges the trolls like we expected. Like I said, it was the angle game with the hill. And then he gets in, of course. And his fucking pig rallied. Interesting. 3rd ambulance. That one's actually going the opposite way that it normally goes. Interesting. Anyways, Magic Phase got 5 power dice. He goes ahead and he uses all the dice on flaming swords, and I used all my dice. I only got 3 dice against him, and he got it off. And I'm just like, fuck, that won you the game right there. That won him the fucking game right there. I knew it. The minute it happened, I knew it. I was like, he didn't get double 6s. He got the flaming swords off, and I'm just like, fuck! He's gonna fuck up my fucking trolls. He's gonna fuck up my trolls. And sure enough, we're gonna go into shooting phase. Yeah, shooting phase. Nobblers shoot at my, or I think this is a Stratapult. Stratapult shoots at my goblins, kills off 8 of them, and then he goes ahead and shoots at them with the Nobblers, I think, too. Does a couple more. Close combat over here. Koopa does 1 wound. He fails to wound, and then close combat over here. Fucking A, man. He doesn't even have a character in those tribesmen. That's the fucking brutal part. He just fucking fucked up 9, 12, 15 wounds. 14 wounds onto my trolls. Jesus fucking Christ, man. That one troll's gonna fail and run away. He's gonna chase, and I did this on purpose. I figured I didn't want him running towards Koopa and the Boar Boys, so I figured I would just take the guy off on that side, so if he chases, he's gonna end up in a weird angle, which he does, like so. And yeah. Now, I'm going to leave it on this picture for a minute. I thought about this long and hard, thinking about if I charge Zod into the rear of them, I have a charge, a downhill charge, and then Zod will fuck up somebody. Doesn't matter who it is, champ, no champ. But the problem here is he's going to be steadfast on a 9 or a 10, and he's not going to go anywhere. So, that sucks. Anyways, over here, close combat. He ends up doing 2 wounds onto Shadow Behemoth. Shadow Behemoth does a 1 on the roll of the dice. Now, if you guys know the giant chart, what a 1 is, it's yell and bawl or bellow. So my giant just looked at him and was like, ah, and screamed. After they did 2 wounds to me, I screamed, which makes me actually win combat by 2. He rolls the dice and he fails the fucking leadership check, and he runs away. Oh my god! He's nowhere near his BSB, so he runs away. The Shadow Behemoth chases and actually eats his whole unit of Yetis. Oh my god, that's hilarious to me. And that actually netted me some points, because you know what happens here is his tribesmen failed the terror check from fucking a unit breaking right by them. They run away. They run through the building, through the Nobblers, facing this way, or yeah, not the Nobblers, the Nashers this way. And holy shit, that just happened. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 4. Orcs and Goblins. Turn 4, I'm going to charge the Tuskers with the Chia Pet. Now, I honestly had a lot of faith in this. I had a faith that either A, he's going to fail his panic check, or his terror check, or B, that since I'm going simultaneously or faster than his Tuskers, the bottom mounts, that I'll actually fuck him up and actually win combat with a Giant. It's a Giant versus some Tusker cavalry, Monsters cavalry. I think I have an advantage because his initiative is really low. So I'm going to charge the Nobblers with the fucking Shadow Behemoth, and then this guy fails the fucking charge. God damn it. Over here, I did charge these guys in, failed the one dangerous terrain, and then I moved the Chicken Rock out of the way, and I end up moving my Nasher Dashers as chaff right into the way there. Shooting phase, I'm going to shoot these goblins here into his man-eaters. They do 1 wound. Over here, close combat, I do 5 fucking wounds here. I think I did the jump up and down. He did 1 wound to me. I did 5. He's going to be steadfast on his leadership bubble, though, unfortunately, and he sticks. Over here, I finally kill off the last Tusker, but he killed fucking 5 of my fucking boar boys before he did it, and I was like, son of a fucking bitch. So I go ahead and I turn Koopa around. I actually overroll with the boar boys on purpose to try to get out of the line of sight of anybody, really. I don't remember why I chased. Anyways, gonna start off his turn. Brogre Khans turn 4. Brogre Khans turn 4. He takes the bait. He charges into the chaff. He moves his pig up as chaff in front of my goblins, which doesn't really matter. Not like my goblins are gonna fuck up his man-eaters. Magic phase, he got 8 power dice, and he goes ahead and he gives these guys, I don't remember what the fuck he gave them. I don't know. Was it flaming swords? He had flaming swords, he had fireball, he had, I don't remember what the other ones are. Sorry, this is a while ago. Doesn't really matter. Shooting phase. This guy's going to go ahead and shoot at my goblins. He ends up doing 6 wounds onto the goblins. They don't fail a panic check. And then shooting phase here. His leadbelchers that rallied, shot my fucking boar boys, killed 1 boar boy, and it's leaving the 1 on the table. That really, really sucks. And then over here, close combat, he just destroys my Nashers, and he's going to look this way for the next turn. It's going to go ahead over here. I was going to say my turn, but over here, he ends up doing 2 more wounds onto the Shadow Behemoth with the Nobblers. Fucking Nobblers. I end up killing off 1 more row of Nobblers, and he's going to fucking stick again. I don't think he's steadfast. I think I just didn't do that many wounds. And he's stuck. And, yeah, that was it. Wow. Let's go start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins, turn 5, I think this was. So I'm charging Zodin, and I charge Koopa, and I'm like, well, there's not much I can fucking do anymore. There's just not much I can fucking do anymore. That's about it. So I'm charging Zodin, I'm charging Koopa in, and they both get in here. I move the Goblins up where I'm trying to throw up the fucking Nashers, or the Fanatics, and I do. And both Fanatics, they only need like 6s to get in. They both roll a 5 and a 4. So they fall right short of the man-eaters. Now, the thing is, it's not really that bad, because it allowed them a Chicken Rock to get up more, and it allowed basically a roadblock. If he wants to charge, he's going to take 2d6 per Fanatic. He's going to take, like, roughly maybe 14 wounds. That's on average. So that could be really good for me. I'm not really complaining about it, but at the same time, not ideal. Not what I really was going for. Shooting phase, I'm going to shoot the fucking pig, kill the pig. Over here, close combat, finally kill the fucking Nobblers. Fuck them little fucks. And I overrun on purpose. Over here, this is a fucking upset. This was a fucking upset. I charged into his Tuskers. Okay, I don't even know why I took a picture of this. I charged into his Tuskers, and he goes and whiffs. I go And I do the one where he has to take an initiative test, and he passes the fucking test. So he goes with the Tuskers, and he does 8 fucking wounds. 8 fucking wounds. And I failed to ward save any of them, and my giant fucking died. What the fuck is that shit? Oh man, over here is champ challenges. I accept. I beat the shit out of his champ. I do a shit ton of wounds to his unit. I got charged, downhill, X amount of wounds. He's gonna stick. He's gonna be steadfast, and it's gonna go ahead and start off his turn. Turn 5. Brogre Khans. Actually, I didn't even kill the champ. I think Koopa killed more than anything. But he doesn't charge in. He charges here into the rear of the chicken rock and gets in, of course. Magic phase, he got 10 power dice. And what the fuck was this? I don't remember what this is. Doesn't matter. Not much happened in magic phase. Over here, shooting phase is going to shoot the Scratapult over here. Does 2 wounds onto the the goblins. Why do I keep on saying nobblers? And then close combat over here. He ends up doing 5 fucking wounds, or 4 fucking wounds onto the chicken rock. Chicken rock only did 1 wound back. I am stubborn on a 6. I fucking pass it like a boss with 3. I turn around. Holy shit. Chicken rock's gonna stick in there, but it's not looking really good. It's not really looking good at all. Over here, close combat. Zod finally kills that fucking dude that was the champ. Koopa kills off a couple more guys. Holy shit, Koopa's on a fucking murder streak. And he ends up doing a couple wounds, and I failed both the armor saves and the fucking regen saves. And Koopa fucking takes 2 wounds. Gonna start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 6. I charge Shadow Behemoth into the Scratapult, which Shadow Behemoth only has 1 wound left, but I'm at a point where it's just like all or nothing. And then my fucking Fanatics come back towards my Goblins, kill off a shit ton of my Goblins. What the fuck, man? Close combat over here. I fucking destroy his fucking Scratapult. I think I had the one where I did 2d6 wounds, and it just fucked them up. And then that was basically it. I don't think I budged his fucking guys over there. Let's go start off turn 6. Turn 6. Yeah, I didn't budge anybody. He did a couple more wounds at the Chicken Rock. He did no wounds onto Koopa or Zod. I did a couple wounds onto his Tuskers, but they're all alive. He decides he's just going to sit back. He doesn't have to do much. My guys are not fleeing, by the way. I just decided to walk further away from everybody, so I try to save points. Oh, no, he does charge. He charges his... We talked about this, actually. I think I brought it up to him. Because he figures if he charges in, he's going to hit the Fanatic for no reason. Probably take wounds. And if he fails the panic check, it was kind of pointless to do so. So he decides... Or we decide, I think I told him about this. I was like, the way to get this done is just charge General out of the unit into the back of the Chicken Rock. So he does. He charges the General in. General gets in. He's shoving his fucking giant mace up my spider's ass. And Magic Phase got 7 power dice. Goes ahead and gives these guys flaming weapons finally, because he's going to fucking go right through Koopa's regen if he could wound Koopa. And does he? I don't think he does. I think they actually both live. I kill a couple more. He is still steadfast. He still sticks. Over here, he ends up wiping out. Just the impact hits alone just killed the Chicken Rock. And, yeah. Koopa ends up running away from combat because I lost the combat. I think I just didn't do any wounds because his parry, I think I just whiffed. And he has a banner, and that's it. I fucking lose the game. I lose the game big. Now, the Shadow Behemoth is still alive. But I have the Shadow Behemoth giving up half points. I have the Goblins giving up half points, and I have the fucking one Boar Boy giving up half points. Between the Savage Orc block was giving up like 900 points or more, 1,000 points. No, it has to be more because the BSB. It was 840 with just the unit, and then like another 290 or something for the BSB. So that's like 1,100 points in just the fucking Savage block that he destroyed like nothing, like paper. Killing all my monsters except for the one Shadow Behemoth. It was a fucking massacre. It was a 20-0. Didn't even have a chance, really. Oh man. Do I think that Magic played a huge part of this game? Not really. I mean, yeah, he had flaming swords, which helped him against the trolls, and that really kind of won him the game on that. Because if the trolls were still up there, trolls would actually be posing a threat to his units. But besides the fucking fact that he had a flaming banner, anyways. But he had a lot of fun. Again, I'm not entirely sold on 1.2. I'm not entirely sold on the fact that characters limits are so low and the savages are so low. That is just such a fucking nerf. Doesn't make me want to play savages. And I guess that's the point. They wanted you not to play savages because everybody was playing savages. But you know what? That's part of the Orc and Goblin army. That's part of the Orc and Goblin flavor. I know a lot of players who play goblins only. You know what I mean? And that's part of the flavor, is having one of those options, taking big brutish guys in bulk and mass, or taking a lot of fucking little guys in bigger mass. Anyways, I don't see the goblins as worth it anymore since they lost the banner anyways. They gave them poison. And all the little goblin spells, they gave them armor piercing and poison and all the little like extra shit that they were getting out of it. But whatever, to each their own. Like I said, I'm going to wait till 1.3 comes around. As for MVP in this game, I'm going to give it 2 times to the Shadow Behemoth. Shadow Behemoth fucking was the only person who killed anybody. Killed some Nobblers, yay! And Yetis by luck, yay! And a Stratopulse. Oh man, besides that, Koopa and Zod were doing okay, but they needed anybody to help to break up the formation there, to give them a rank, so they wouldn't be steadfast, and then I would have won big time. Trolls did okay. Excuse me, Trolls did okay, but it was just okay. And Koopa would be probably a close second, because Koopa did a lot of damage, took out some Tuskers and a Tiger, and started taking out chunks of his tribesmen, but that was that. So anyways, that's about it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you guys haven't hit the like and subscribe, hit like and subscribe. And if you guys would like to help out my channel, you could always go to my Patreon. I have a Patreon that I'm going to put in the link description down below, and you can show your support by donating $1 to me. $1. Other announcements: I got the Gauntlet coming up. The Gauntlet is in February. We still have room at the moment, so if you guys are interested in doing a GT here in the Midwest in Chicago, come down to the Gauntlet. And I think it's only $30. I don't remember how much I put up for it, but you're gonna win a medieval Gauntlet if you win first place. Anyways, and then besides that, we're still looking for a Mexican player to go to Salamanca, Spain. What have I been doing with my life since I haven't been putting up battle reports? I'm actually, guys, it's an announcement. I'm going to announce it right now. Lord Tremendous knows about this, but I'm making a comic book. I don't know why. I just was like, fuck it. It's my goal. I'm going to make a comic book for the next 7 years. So, for those of you who don't know me that well, I do have some talent in drawing. As you can see, I've done some of those banners that you look at on my videos. So I figured I might as well use my talent and try to make a comic book. And this comic book, it's, just to give you a little glimpse, it's a futuristic world, but it's not our world. It's an alien planet. But since the setting's in another world, other creatures live there, and I involved goblins. I had to. I could not fucking miss this opportunity. There's a shit ton of goblins in this story, and they honestly, as I'm writing the story, making the story, drawing up the goblins, they fucking crack me up. They are one of the funnest things to put in a story because they could do so much. And they just fucking make me crack up. Anyways, guys, so I'll be informing you guys more about that. If you guys are interested, just send me some messages or put it in the comment section below if you want to hear more about that. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. I don't know when I'll have another game, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I love you guys. I'm gonna be putting up as many videos as I can, but right now it's gonna be the Christmas weekend. Or not Christmas weekend, but it's going to be, I have to go shopping for Christmas this weekend. The next weekend is Christmas. So, and plus I think Rogue One comes out this weekend. So I don't think I'm going to be getting any games in for a couple weeks. So you guys might not see anything out of me till probably after 1.3 drops, maybe January. I'm just being honest, and I'm sorry guys. But I could put up content otherwise besides battle reports. Probably if 1.3 drops, I'll probably give some videos on that. But until then, guys, have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time. Peace.